If investing seems like something that's very complicated, very expensive, or something that you need a PhD to understand, then stick around because this week I'm going to talk about an investment strategy that can be set up in an afternoon and maintained in just a few minutes a year. It's called couch potato investing. It's not quite as lazy as it sounds, but it's so disciplined, it's simple. Last week, I introduced the idea of ETFs, exchange traded funds, and I'll put a link to that video up there. This week, I'm going to look at a very powerful way to use those ETFs. This video could be for new investors, or it could be for someone that just wants a simple way to build and maintain a very powerful portfolio. It gives you broad market exposure, and it keeps costs very low. It's also super simple to maintain. Plus, it works at every stage of life, whether you're accumulating wealth or drawing it down in retirement. In the description below, I'm going to post a link to the Canadian Couch Potato Investing website. What does it do well? Well, it's evidence-based. This strategy works. It's also very simple and easy to explain. It's also got very, very clear model portfolios that have already been designed for you. I didn't invent this, but I've used it, and I can tell you it does work. A quick disclaimer here. I am not a financial planner. I'm simply sharing with you what has worked very well for me. So make sure to do your own due diligence, and if you feel it necessary, consult a good professional advisor. Consider this as education, not advice. So the core idea is that you are investing in broad market exchange traded funds. One purchase and you can own an entire stock market. It could be the Canadian market, the US market, or a global market. You can also invest in bonds. You are buying economies, not the latest headlines. But remember, simple doesn't mean it's not effective. So what you actually own is just maybe 2 or 3 exchange traded funds. It's very easy to see where your money is allocated and know exactly where it is and what it's invested in. There's no chasing trends. There's no looking for the latest hot stock tips. The only maintenance you need to do is to rebalance. What do I mean by rebalancing? Well, let's make the math simple. Let's say you decide that you're going to own 50% stocks and 50% bonds. Now, after a year passes, let's say the bonds have done better than the stocks. So now you've only got 45% stocks, 55% bonds. You sell off enough of the bonds to bring your bond investment back down to your 50% target, and you use that money to purchase the stock ETF. You're back to 50-50. What this does is it forces you to follow the advice that everyone gives but few follow. Buy low, sell high. You're doing it automatically when you rebalance. Instead of panicking and selling off an investment that has dropped in value and buying the latest hot stock, which has already doubled in value before you even bought it. So here's another disclaimer on this. I started with an exact duplicate of one of the suggested portfolios in couch potato investing. During COVID, I found that my bond yields were dropping. Now, for me, I needed the cash flow because retirement was imminent. I didn't have years to wait for things to sort of come back to normal. So I sold off some of my bonds and I used that to buy the dividend aristocrats that I spoke about in a previous video. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, nor am I saying you shouldn't. What you need to do is look at your temperament and your timeline and decide what's going to work for you. If you've got a few years to retirement, the couch potato method will work just fine. Otherwise, you can consider the dividend aristocrats that I talked about in a previous video. The beauty of couch potato investing is that you can find something that works for you. They offer very aggressive portfolios, very balanced portfolios, and also very conservative portfolios. Decide what fits your needs and take a look at their suggested portfolios page. You'll definitely find something that will work for you and suit your temperament and your risk tolerance. If you find this idea helpful and you feel it reduces your stress and makes it a little more comfortable to invest, consider buying me a coffee as a way of saying thank you. There's a link below for that. Now, despite the fact that I modified the couch potato plan a little bit, this is a solid foundation to build on. And stay tuned because there's more Friday finance videos to come. I'll talk about cash flow, about budgeting, about money mindsets, and how to balance your life and your finances in retirement. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, here's some other videos for you to check out.